Now we're going to talk about dividing rational numbers. I know people don't like divide, but if you just do little steps at a time, I don't think you'll find it too difficult. So when we're working with decimals, we have to make the divisor, which if you remember, this would be the divisor, the number on the outside. Let's say we have a 7 here. A whole number. Now it is a whole number, so if we had 2.7, okay, so we would move the decimal over to make it into 27. And if we do that, then we're going to have to move it the same number of spaces in the dividend, which is the number inside the box. So in other words, we're multiplying here. If we move it 1 to the right, we're multiplying by 10. We've got to do the same thing inside. Then you bring your decimal straight up and you divide. For integers, you divide. The signs are the same. Your answer is going to be positive. The signs are different, negative, and that goes for 2 numbers at a time. So just divide your numbers as you normally would. And then for fractions, the first number will always stay the same. You multiply by the reciprocal, which is flip over the second number. And if they are mixed numbers to start with, you do need to change them to improper fractions. So a refresher on that. If I have 3 1/3, I take 3 times 3 plus 1 to get 10 over 3. So that's how you change something there. All right, so let's try some problems. Don't either take care of the signs first or set last. I don't care, but I don't really carry them around with me. So what is my sign going to be? The signs are the same, so it's going to be positive, so I don't even have to worry about it. Divided by 4. So 4 won't go into 1, 4 goes into 13. It's important that you get your numbers lined up right. So how many times is 4 going to 13? Well, 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12, so I multiply. Next step, remember, is to subtract. Get a 1. Always ask yourself when you subtract, is that number less than what you're dividing by? So is 1 less than 4? Yes. If your answer is no, that's a clue that you've done something wrong and you need to go back. So now I bring my next number down, 2. 4 goes into 12 3 times, and it comes out even. So that would be your answer on that one. And we said it was positive. So here I know my answer is going to be negative. I can either deal with that now or later, but 168 divided by 0.6. So remember what we said, we have to mark this out and move it over, and we moved it over 1 on the outside, so we must move it over 1 on the inside. It was behind the number, so we mark it out, bring it over. It's going to go here, and we're going to bring it straight up. Looks like I'm probably going to run out of room if I don't write tiny here. So 6 goes into 16 2 times. So this is where really you need to know your multiplication facts. Get 12, subtract. Is 4 less than 6? Yes. Bring down my next number. 6 goes into 48 8 times. Multiply. Get 0. Still need to bring down my next number. 6 goes into 0 0 times. If you leave that 0 off, you would get 28. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It's 280. So that place is important to put that 0 there. That's why you want to make sure this decimal is brought straight up, because you bring it up kind of crooked, you might not even see that. All right, so now we have a fraction. First off, how do we write 10 as a fraction? Any whole number we can write as a fraction is over 1. Oops, on that last problem I forgot to put my negative sign in. So that should have been negative 280, so don't forget that. So on this one, it's negative 5/8 times the reciprocal of 10 over 1 would be 1 over 10. Again, I'm going to take care of my signs right now. My signs are different, negative, so you don't do like I did last time and forget. So I'm not going to pay attention to this negative sign. 5 I'm going to cancel. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 10 2 times. Remember, canceling just means dividing any numerator, top number, and any denominator, bottom number, by the same thing. Now I can't cancel the 2 and 8 because they're both on the bottom. So on top I have 1, and on the bottom I have 16. So that would be my answer. This problem, again, if I look ahead, signs are the same, so I know my answer is going to be positive, so I don't even have to worry about my signs now. I want to multiply. The reciprocal of this second one would be to switch it, so it's going to be 15 over 20. Again, look for things to cancel. I'm going to divide the 16 and the 20 both by 4. I get 4 and 5. Let's see, I can cancel the 5 into 5 once and 5 into 15 3 times. I can cancel the 4 into 4 once and 4 into 40 and get 10 times. And I think that's all I can do, so I get 3/10. Now, do you have to cancel that way? No, you might have chosen to divide the 15 and the 40 both by 5. So there are different ways that you can cancel. Just keep going until you can't cancel anymore. Or if you maybe miss something, just make sure you ask yourself, is your answer in lowest terms? Which this one is. But I think I made a mistake somewhere because I have a different answer over there. So let's see what I did wrong. If I divide this by 4, I got a 4 and a 5. And then what did I do? I divided my 5 into 15 and got a 3. divided by 4 in that, so I think I'm right here. So maybe I was wrong before. Oh yeah, I was wrong before. So this one is correct. All right. What's the fraction bar mean? It means divide. So another way to just think of this or read this is 40x divided by 8. Now we cannot add or subtract if they don't have the same variables, they're like not like terms, but we can divide. So 40 divided by 8 is 5, and then we have the x, so 5x. Now this problem, you can think of it as breaking it down. It's 8x divided by negative 4 minus 12 divided by negative 4. Now I don't care if you write this out or just remember to divide both of them by the negative 4. 8x divided by negative 4, well 8 divided by negative 4 signs are different, so it's negative 2x minus 12 divided by negative 4 would be negative 3, and I prefer that you change that to plus positive because that's most likely how I will read my answer, negative 2x plus 3. Alright, on this one we do have to use our order of operation, which says we do multiplication first, so I'm just going to look at this part right here, and I can do some canceling. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 3 once. That's it, so I get 2/5 plus 1/4. So now I need to find my common denominator. 5 and 4 both go into 20. So I can put a 20 on the bottom. What do I do to 5 to get 20? I multiply by 4. So 4 times 2 is 8 for this numerator. Here I multiply by 5. Add 13/20 would be my answer.